What's up, it's Jen. Welcome back to my channel. Today I've got a tutorial for you for this scrappy mesh, easy to throw on pullover sweater, whatever you want to call it. Let's jump into the tutorial. Okay, so to start off your mesh sweater, you're just gonna make a chain for however wide you want it to be. I'm gonna do 84 chains. And we're gonna chain one more to our turning chain and do a row of single crochets. Okay, so to create the mesh, I'm going to start by chaining 6, then skip the first 3 stitches and do a triple crochet. Chain 3, skip 3, triple crochet, and keep going until I get to the end of the row. Okay, when I reach the end of the row, I'm going to chain 3, then 1 more. Then now that we don't have this row of single crochets to work in, we're just going to work around the chain. So I'm going to do my triple crochet in the middle of that loop, then chain 3 and work around the middle of the next one. When I can, I'm working in tails as I go, but I'm probably going to have to do some weaving towards the end. So it kind of creates this like brick pattern where each row is offset from the one before. So you'll just repeat this until the front and back panels are as long as you want them to be. I did a total of 26 rows. Okay, once I've got my 26 rows, or however long you want it to be, just to give it a little bit more like structural integrity, I'm going to do a row of single crochets around the remaining 3 sides. Okay, your next step is to figure out which sides are the front and back and which ends are up. Then you're going to hold it up, decide how big you want the neck hole to be, and then slip stitch the shoulders and how big you want the armholes and slip stitch from the bottom to the armhole on both sides. Alright, once you've got everything joined and you're ready to do the sleeves, there's a couple ways you can do this. You can either do it separately by counting how many chains you have around and doing a rectangular panel just like you did for the front and back, but make it the length of the sleeve and then, or the width of the sleeve, and then just like measure it against yourself to see how long. Or you can do what I did, where you just start working the sleeve right in to the armhole. I honestly don't think either way is better. I just felt like doing it this way. You do have to like turn the project quite a bit, so if that feels too bulky in your lap while you're working, you might want to do it separately, but I'm gonna go ahead and do that again, and then you'll just make your sleeve the length. So my project is still inside out, and I'm gonna start at the bottom of the armhole so that the seam of the sleeve will run up the seam with the side. And I will just attach my slip knot, slip stitch to join. So I will just chain 3. That's going to act as my first kind of starting post, so I will chain 3 more, skip 3 stitches, do my triple crochet, chain 3, skip 3, then I'll just continue this around. So when I come to the end of the round, it worked out. There are only 2 stitches left, so I just chain 2, skip 2. Then I'm going to slip stitch to join with that original, chain 3, chain 1 so that I can do my first kind of offset post in the middle, and then continue around. So if you do it this way, you just have to make sure you're paying attention to how many stitches are left when you're joining the rows so that you aren't accidentally like adding or taking chains away. And then you'll just continue until the sleeve is as long as you would like it. I did until it came to right about here because I'm going to add a cuff. For me, that was a total of 19 rows, and then I'll show you how to do the cuff. All right, it's been storming all day, but the sun finally came back out, so we have a little bit more light. So once we've got the sleeve done, you can just leave this. If you don't want to add the cuff, I would maybe do like a row of single crochets around, but I just thought it would make it like a little more special to have the cuffs on it. But I'm going to chain 8, then do 7 slip stitches, slip stitch into the next chain, slip stitch again, then do 7 back loop slip stitches. Then I'm going to chain 1, turn, and repeat, doing back loop slip stitches all the way around, then slip stitching and joining the 2 ends together to create the sleeve cuffs. So for the neck, all I did was a row of single crochet around, and then the last step is to do the bottom. I'm going to do the same thing I did for the cuffs, except I'm going to use single crochets instead of slip stitches.